I know it's an emotional topic. I saw you drawing
Yeah,
a
my wife,
tear.
I just have like this whole water eyes thing. I don't know what's going on, but sorry. But yeah,
It's
you
called
bring that
menopause,
out in me.
Kirby. We get dry eye. That's what you're going
Oh,
through.
oh, okay,
There you
cool. Good
go.
to
No,
know. Hey there, and welcome to a brand new episode of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hausman, and joining me today is a repeat rock star. She's the director of new markets for GenuMark. She's a member of the Promo Cares board. She's a dog mom, a boy mom, and a lifelong giver backer, Mandi Rudd. Thanks for joining me.
thank you. So good to see you, Kirby. Thanks for having
Good.
me.
Yeah, good to see you too. We usually have a little quick conversation with everybody before we start. Mandi and I have been talking for 20 minutes. So it's just great to catch up.
This will be a very short podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, first off, again, you know this is coming, but congratulations, right? ASI's Woman of Distinction. Congratulations. That's unbelievable. So what was your reaction when you found out?
Ultimately, the phone rang and it was a voice on the other side that says, "Hey, Mandi, this is Tim Andrews with ASI. I just wanted to let you know you've been awarded or not, or you're being called, however he said it, woman of distinction." Of course, my immediate response was, okay, do I know really who is this? And I was waiting for Alan Funt to walk in. And then, of course, I aged myself with the reference of Alan Funt, and thank goodness Tim got the joke. And then I realized, oh, it really was him. He's like, yeah, I'm the same age.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I honestly, I thought I was being pranked in some fashion. And, the term imposter syndrome is something that is alive and well. And so I'm humbled and in disbelief at the same time.
Yeah, that's fair. It's such a tough question, so I apologize to lead with it, but but I would say, just to say this, everybody I know was just like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So for what it's worth, like I hear where you're coming from, and I understand that, but I was like, we're talking to other people in the industry, and everybody's like, oh yeah, Mandi, makes total sense. So congratulations, I think it's super well deserved. So
Thank you so much.
yeah. So in your opinion, why do you think it's important, or do you, I guess, why do you think it's important to spotlight and celebrate women leaders in the promotional products industry?
I mean, I'm in phenomenal company in this category. I mean, most recently, Susan Lewandowski, Mary Dobbs, Kathy Chang. I mean, the list, goes on. And these are women that I am so fortunate to know personally and professionally. And to be in their company is amazing. And, some of my very best friends, both inside and outside of the industry, are incredible women in promo. So from an industry standpoint, I think it's very important to recognize people that are doing great things, both men and women. But today our focus is on the women in our industry. And if we can lift each other up, that's just a win for everybody. So elevating every one of us in a way that highlights the good that is being done by each and every one of us in this industry. There's so many incredible women in this industry. So like I said, just being one of them and being honored for it or recognized for it is definitely humbling, because I am amongst some great ones.
Yeah, I know you've got a great friend group that I occasionally see you guys take trips, and I know that it's all women, but somehow I have FOMO because I'm like, oh, that'd be a fun group. Everybody's good people, so that's it's cool that you guys have that support system, and I love that. So that's really good. Well, with that in mind, what's like one piece of advice that you would give women who are starting their careers? Like, again, somebody younger like Jade, like my daughter. What's a piece of advice you'd give women to starting their careers in the industry today?
Say I have a couple of different pieces of advice that I would give. One, join your regional association. Finding partnerships and relationships professionally that are local to you are paramount to growing your business. I would say find a mentor in this industry. So going through Promo Kitchen or within the network that you already know, or find someone that you maybe admire just from looking afar, maybe on their social channels, or, when you hear their name within the industry, just reach out.
Yeah.
You are your biggest asset, right? So you're promoting yourself. So don't be insecure about that, because every single one of us had our very first day on this job. and every single one of us felt exactly how you would be feeling in that moment, make the call. I have not met one person in our industry who would ever turn down the request for help. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you know, advocate for yourself, be a voice at the table, and just ask for help. And I
yeah.
guarantee that the offers to help will be coming in. So
Yeah, I think that's great advice. And you know, I do think, I don't know if this is a shift that's happened since you and I have been friends or whatever, but I do think that the level of collaboration that I see from competitors, from peers, whatever in our industry, both men and women, but certainly I see it across women, um, is encouraging and it is exciting. So people are, I think, much more willing to help out than they were even 20 years ago when I kind of was rolling in. Do you
yeah.
agree?
Oh no, I totally agree with you. And I think we saw a lot of that. Um, I know it's an emotional topic. I saw you drawing
Yeah,
a
my wife,
tear.
I just have like this whole water eyes thing. I don't know what's going on, but sorry. But yeah,
It's
you
called
bring that
menopause,
out in me.
Kirby. We get dry eye. That's what you're going
Oh,
through.
oh, okay,
There you
cool.
go.
Good to
No,
know.
but I agree. I think we saw that really peak during COVID when we were doing, virtual happy hours and distributors were really networking with distributors. And I would say the one that always comes to mind is John Vo and the kits that he was creating. And he was
Yeah,
sending those to those of us who were fellow distributors who, for all intents and purposes, were our competitors.
yep,
And I think that's where our industry shines is that we really do focus on the collaboration component of this. There are enough businesses out there that, yes, you might be competing on an RFP, for example, but in general, we're not really direct competitors on all of our clients with everybody. And so being able to just, like I said, have that partnership, have that relationship and have those friendships. It's the collaboration that I see in our industry that is so special because I really don't think, when you think of like we were just at ASI Chicago or when we're in Vegas, our industry, we are huggers and high fivers. And we share, we share supplier information. With each other. Like I've got a distributor friend who needs help with something. Of course, I'm going to recommend a supplier partner. I just often wonder if other industry trade shows are like ours. Are they, the plumbing supply trade show? Are they all hugging and high fiving like we are? Are they
yeah.
giving competitive information or, sharing resources like we do? Maybe they are, but I just think that is one of the many things that is special about our industry.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was talking to Drew Holmgreen, the new head of PPAI, and he said people warned him that it was, oh, we're huggers. And he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And he's like, oh, it's different.
Next level. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. Well, so you're at Genumark now, and obviously you work with clients to deliver impactful branded merchandise programs, and that's the space that I live into. So, is there a recent project or campaign that you're like especially proud of?
I would say big or small, anytime you can help a client achieve a goal and get their name out or their campaign going or launch an initiative for them, that's exciting. And I love that's why we do what we do. So whether it's a big client, small client, big project, that's irrelevant because you're helping. I would say that a significant portion of my client base falls in the nonprofit sector. And I just think
Mhm.
it's birds of a feather kind of flock together sort of thing. So I'm always proud when I can help a nonprofit achieve a goal. At the same time, for my for-profit clients, I love being able to take an item or a concept that helps others while they are achieving their goal. I think that's a win all the way around. So whether it's a sustainable product or a product with a give back or a sustainable decoration practice or some component of that, that to me just is like it checks all the boxes. So um, that to me is something that I'm always proud of when I have the opportunity to be that consultant for my clients and share those opportunities with them.
I love it. I love it. Okay. One final question. And you sort of talked about this earlier, but I'm going to phrase it a little bit differently. If you could go back and give your younger self one piece of career advice, what would it be?
Ooh, one piece of career advice.
I ask all the hard questions. It's just who I am.
This is some hard questions. Powerful journalism. I I've always been the type of person, and this just comes from my family. This is how we have always been. That I'll jump in and then I'll pop out of the water and be like, "Oh, what's the temperature?" Right? And I
Yeah.
think like I'm ready to it's not that I don't think things because I am a chronic overthinker, but at the same time, I think it comes down to your self worth and your self value. And I would say, here's what I would say: instead of whether it's a new job or a new client or a new whatever, if you have the mindset of why would they want me? Shift it. It's the exact same, just reframe it. Why wouldn't they want me? And just that little mental shift is enough to give you sort of a power pose and just take on the project that you're working on or make the call. The other piece of advice that I always did follow, but I will add to this, is always write a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note for an order, for a meeting, for an introduction is so powerful in this day of convenience and technology. So that's my advice. Always write thank you notes.
That's really good. Mandi, thank you so much for taking the time, and congratulations again on the Woman of Distinction Award. It's so well deserved. So congrats, and
Thank
thanks for
you.
doing this. Yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
Kirby.
All right. I'd say we'll do it again sometime because we'll probably do it again sometime, right?
Let's do it. I like
Okay.
it.
All right. Well,
Always
that's going to wrap up
smiling face.
this. That's right. This is going to wrap up this edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.